Welcome. Let's transport you to another place, another chapter, another few pages in the fantasy sci-fi being something. This particular chapter is called Baptism on the Jordan. The Jordan River is one of the widest and longest rivers in Leviathan. Many citizens use the mighty Jordan as a major hub for commerce and trade. Others access this river for its remarkable assortment of aquatic game. Over 200 feet deep in some areas, this drinkable, refreshing water is fed from a half dozen bubbling springs along the river's bottom. These springs are the reason for the thriving underwater vegetation and the endless aquatic and aerial creatures. A constant 68 degrees Fahrenheit, this river spans from the City of Bones northwest through the entire land until it reaches the northwest coast of Leviathan. And since the Jordan bisects the entire Leviathan kingdom, traveling along it shall certainly introduce the two children to this strange yet phenomenal world. Besides the unusual plant and wildlife, astonishing homes can be seen lining both riverbanks. Most of these unique houses are built directly into a certain colossal tree on the riverbank, affectionately known as home oaks. These broad-leaf hardwood trees don't get but 20 feet tall. Their girth, on the other hand, pushes 100 feet wide, and many are much wider. Some of the tree houses are made from more than one home oak. There are also spectacular automated bridges which span from many of the tree homes to distinct docks. Secured to several of these inventive docks are one or more uniquely powered watercraft. The most common form of water transportation are 12-foot pescatarian seahorses. Its stout, muscular tail is 2/3 of its entire body length, tail to crown. A wide fin on the end of its tail forms an altering parabolic shape, depending on whether it's traveling on land or in water. Noted more for their endurance and elephantine power, a Leviathan seahorse has an extravagant stride. Its stride on land is half of that while in water. They can sprint up to 80 miles per hour for 3 minutes on land. On the surface of the water, this seahorse can sustain a 50-mile-per-hour swim burst for nearly 5 incredible minutes. The trunk and tail rings on Leviathan seahorses are very prominent. Both areas combine to form a nifty stairway from the tail to the top of the head. Quite decorative saddles or extravagant traveling lounges are strapped over the crown of the seahorse's very broad head. The driver controls the seahorse by foot position, along with the amount of applied pressure on 2 small, bald spots on the creature's forehead. The males have large, loose pouches across their bellies. The females have a prominent hump where the trunk meets the head. Just like the pouches, the coarse and sticky humpy area is used for storage, travel cabins, parties, hunting and fishing platforms, and other uses. Evergettes is the name of the reddish rock solid seahorse. A small, roofless control cabin is secured to its hump. Navatos is the skeleton inside the well-used cabin, handling the guidance controls to Evergettes. He has the massive water horse swimming through a narrow channel at a swift clip. In fact, Evergettes outswims practically every other seahorse congested within the channel this busy afternoon. After clearing the channel, Evergettes effortlessly submerges its snout beneath the Jordan to gulp nourishment and water. Lengthy, thick seagrass sprouts from the river bottom along this shallow stretch of river. Evergettes snaps off scores of the water spinach and swallows them without chewing. Very frequently, there are dozens of small critters feeding on these grassy stems. They become a bonus for the seahorse during these rushed feeding periods. The teeth of Evergettes are serrated and blunt. This makes them very efficient for fast and clean bites through both hard and soft items. There's a comfortable, well-built cabin established inside the seahorse's pouch. For lighting, there are small, clear containers suspended like lanterns throughout the cabin and a gigantically deep pouch. Each container has an ultra-bright yellow moth-like bug with a pink-colored coral branch inside. So each container has an ultra-bright yellow moth-like bug with a pink-colored coral branch inside. When this half-lizard, half-moth critter is stirred off its branch, it beautifully emits a very bright pink and white luminosity. Even more extraordinary is the longevity of this most exceptional insect. 70 years. Fellow adventurer, inside this ultra-protected cabin is where you'll find your fellow Homo sapiens. Ada sits on a tall stool alongside a swinging hammock, fellow adventurer. Thaddeus soundly sleeps on the thick and fairly firm hammock. Water showers through the patched cabin roof every time Evergettes dips his snout for nourishment. Other than that, the travel is quite comfortable, but relatively dull. The cord around Vatican's neck still glows amber, but pulses slowly. His flesh is entirely pale, but queerly enough, it now feels warm. With sweat no longer beading his brow, Ada instead places moist towels over his heated face and head. What the little sister doesn't know is her brother's upper back is undergoing some changes as well. The 3 lengthy, identical scars on his upper back are glowing bode red. Ptolemaeus stands behind a firm counter preparing food and drink. He places the dishes and drinks on a narrow cart and wheels it to Ada. Ada periodically glances at the skeleton as he serves the unusual and unheated meals. His infection is getting worse, Ada gripes in Leviathan. We have to go faster. Ptolemaeus, faster, please, you understand? Ptolemaeus nods repeatedly while parking and preparing the cart. He locks the wheels and pulls out extensions. The cart becomes an extreme dining table for Ada. Would there be anything else? Ptolemaeus strongly inquires. Ada glances twice at him, then shakes her head rapidly side to side. Just delivered the message, Ptolemaeus, Ada says impatiently. Ptolemaeus nods and steps to a suspended captain's chair. After seating, he operates a unique line-of-sight communication device. It's like a telephone, but one that operates simply off funneled voice vibrations. Ptolemaeus presses a button that sends a sound of bells chiming via the device. Within a couple of chimes, Novatos is heard fumbling with his phone. Ptolemaeus, Novatos is heard questioning. More speed, Ptolemaeus states. The servant requests more speed. That brings us to a close to this section. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll try to do a few more that entice you to read the book for yourselves. It's an incredible ride, we hope.